But essentially the patient that morning had all of their front teeth extracted and they were already missing all of the back teeth. Everyone, welcome back to another video. It's 7 a.m. on Thursday. I'm about to get dressed to head in to assist this morning on a gold crown delivery, and then I have radiology rotation immediately after. Ideally this appointment will be done by 10:15 and then my radiology rotation starts at 10:30, so hopefully I'll have a second to run downstairs and eat a protein bar, drink some water, go to the bathroom, whatever I need to have a little break. But there's a chance that the appointments could run right into each other and I won't get a break. Either way, I'm glad I'm like maximizing my time and hopefully I feel okay when I get back. I'll talk to you all after assisting. I'm going to be studying a lot today and tomorrow, and then on Monday and Friday next week I have exams, so lots of studying today, and I figured I would kind of just make that prep and the exams into one vlog for you. I'm actually home now, like my parents' house. Just came home from assisting in rotation, ate some food, packed up and drove back here. And I went out and sat on our boat out there, just kind of scrolling through my phone and briefly looking over a study guide. Came back in, showered off my sunscreen, and I'm just eating a snack right now. I made some fresh guac just with an avocado that I had left over, and I've been going through kind of what I had to do today and what I'm doing tomorrow and everything. I had to send an email for our Christian Dental Association leadership. We're trying to schedule a meeting with like the regional person. I'm about to do a couple quick assignments, so just a survey or like little participation thing for our perio that we do every week, and then also submitting the requirements that I got done today during my radiology rotation. We just kind of put in the patient number and what we did and if we had to do any retakes, and that gets us counted towards our requirements. And then after that, I set two other things that I wanted to do today, just finishing the lecture that I almost finished yesterday, and then an assignment for cardiology. I don't know if I'll finish it. That's that top 10 assignment. I can kind of show you guys what that looks like. It's similar to something we did last semester for the same professor, but they want us to go through these 10 diseases or conditions, I guess is probably a better way to say it. And then we say the name, pathophysiology, signs and symptoms, treatment, especially the dental ramifications on like the card or the slide, however your style is gonna be. I'm hoping to do that tonight. My boyfriend's coming over later, but I think that I should be able to still just get this done while we're hanging out, and I should have this done, which is the lecture for neoplasia. I'm just adding it to this study guide that I've already been given. 73 super fun pages for our final a week from tomorrow. So this is the last lecture for that I needed to go through. And then I'm just gonna start studying this long study guide tomorrow, as well as some more studying, like I said, for that cardiology exam that is on Monday. A couple more quick things, I guess, that I will recap before I put the camera away and get this lecture done. I wanna talk about the assisting, the rotation today, and then also that exam 2 for Monday for cardiology. So that's the shortest update, I guess, is that it's not really an exam, it's 20 questions and it's open book. So it's more like a quiz, like they even called it quiz parentheses exam 2. So it's all about the pharmacology and nervous system aspects of how the cardiovascular system is controlled. So shouldn't be too much new information, but I haven't spent too much time with it yet. So that's gonna be tomorrow, a lot of prep for that, and then probably on Sunday and call it good. But I'm gonna probably spend half of the day tomorrow also starting respiratory, my actual like reviewing for respiratory tomorrow. And then rotation update. So we had radiology rotation. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the story I posted. I basically just explained that you are usually paired up with one other D2, not essentially like paired up, but they're also assigned at the same time as you in the same clinic. And if anyone comes back that's working on patients and needs x-rays, you can take them for them and get requirements that way. And then also, as new patients are coming into the school, like first time walking in the door, they go up to our PAYS, which is like patient intake area, and they meet with a front desk person and they go through like their health history and like basic condition and everything, and then determine which x-rays are due. So then they come down to us at the radiology clinic and we take whatever they need to be fully set and ready to go for when they have their initial appointment. Once they go through that first initial screening and get our x-rays, then they're like a full patient at the school, and then the school will match this new patient with one of our student providers, either a D3 or a D4, kind of based on like how many patients everyone has that's coming in and like requirements that people need. And then our other requirements are coming from people that are already in the clinic who have D3s and D4s, and sometimes those people will come back and we'll kind of like share the patient, like each do a couple frames of the radiograph, and then we can all count that for our requirements, because D3s and D4s also have radiology requirements for every semester. So far, I've surpassed my bite wing requirements, 7, I think. I did 5 before today even started, just through assisting and through my first rotation. And then today, my partner did most of them, but I helped so I can count them if I need to for next semester. And then I also did a pan today all by myself, which was cool. The last 2 pans, we have to do 3 this semester. The first 2 that I had already in there was mostly my partner doing the work, so this was good that I was forced to do it all myself, because that tests your skills more. And then I also was able to get one of my FMX requirements, which we also need 3 of those, and I hadn't done any yet, so I was really glad one came in towards the end of our session today, and we had some D3s there to help us because it was their patient. So it was kind of an ideal situation with the radiology rotation. So I'm just gonna go in, like I said, and put in all that info to the little survey assignment thing. That way I can get the requirements counted. And then my actual assisting, which was the thing I did first today at 8 a.m., that went pretty well. I was assisting on a gold crown delivery. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about a patient with a gold crown. It was actually the same patient, and I was assisting the same provider, and we were working with the same faculty. So it wasn't the same tooth that we were working on, it was a different tooth. But at a previous appointment that I wasn't there for, they did the digital impressions and 3D scanning so that the cast at the mold of their mouth was 3D printed, and that was sent to the lab, and that was how they fabricated this gold crown. So that was pretty cool that she did a digital impressions case with the 3D printing. And that's actually like part of their requirements as 3rd and 4th years, is like doing a certain amount of those before graduating, which I really liked because I want to get more skilled at the digital dentistry before I graduate. So I'm looking forward to having to do that as a requirement. But it was pretty simple, as you would expect with a crown delivery, just minor adjustments with the interproximal contacts, and then the patient seemed pretty satisfied, and it was good to see the same patient again and get more updates on their treatment progress and kind of be seeing them through multiple appointments, because usually as an assistant you never really do that, but that was a nice little coincidence. I think that's everything though for the updates. I will probably just pick up the camera tomorrow on Friday and let you all know how the studying is going, do some studying clips, and we will talk then. Alrighty, good morning. We got Canvas pulled up and coffee. I already had my breakfast. I'm just gonna complete a couple like quicker assignments. We just enter like what we learned this week and if we have any questions or like comments about the content. So I'm just gonna refresh on what the lecture was about and answer that. Like I said, the rest of today I don't have a ton of specific things I need to do. I want to do the podcast, and also eventually I want to record a new trailer for the podcast. When people like go onto Spotify, it shows the trailer, but I made that as like the very first episode over a year ago, so I feel like it's time for an update. And like I said, I'm doing this farm survey, and then I have an assignment for cardiology that's due on Monday, so I'm gonna get that done. I can show you all what that looks like, and then I'm just gonna study for respiratory. That's kind of going to be the plan today. I'm going to do most of my cardio review on probably Sunday before the quiz exam, because it's only 20 questions and it's open note. So I think that it depends how much time I have today, but depending how much time I have today, I might do a little bit, but I'm mostly planning on focusing on respiratory once I get these like assignments done. Totally forgot that I was filming, so I kind of stopped filming montage clips, but I got a lot done. It's 2:50 right now. Just about to upload Monday's podcast. It's Friday right now for reference. And I also posted a new podcast trailer and attended our mandatory case study, and I submitted this cardio assignment, and I also uploaded Wednesday's YouTube video. So that's really nice that I don't have to worry about it now, and I can literally just study all weekend and next week. And really the only thing I have left that I want to do today now is just my respiratory system study guide, because that is a lot of pages. Let's see. Yeah, it's like 60 pages. I think the one that I'm going to use is from my dental fraternity though, and that's 75. So I'll probably look at both and see if there's any like similarities or differences. I don't know what happened here, but I might have to re-import it because of that last part being messed up. Anyways, that's your update for Friday. So I'm just literally gonna sit here for 2 to 3 more hours and study respiratory system, and hopefully study a little bit more over the weekend as well, since 75 pages is a lot to learn, even in a week. All right, it's Sunday right now. I'm back in my apartment at school, and I came back, unpacked my car and everything from the weekend, and went to Asda's barbecue. So one of our first social events of the year, actually our first because, you know, restrictions and everything, but it was a really great time outside, food, drinks, games. It was a good little setup. I did drive there and didn't stay for a super long time, but back now, and I've just been studying for a little bit. Not super hardcore though. I've kind of been getting distracted and going on TikTok and everything, but I'm putting my phone away and I'm gonna study. It's 5 right now till probably like 6 or 7, like hardcore studying, looking over the study guide that I have for the exam that is tomorrow morning. Like I said, it's more like a quiz, 24 questions in 60 minutes, so should be totally fine, I'm hoping. And at least so far, I'm really reviewing like the first lecture so far of 4, so it's only 4 lectures also, but the first lecture so far is super review of just the autonomic nervous system. We already know all of this, so I'm hoping that as I'm reviewing the other lectures, they also feel like stuff we've learned before. So we'll see how that goes, but I just wanted to update you all on what's going on, and that I'm going to be sitting and studying for a little bit longer. Also wanted to show you guys 2 books. This is the book we're reading this semester for SPDL, which is a club at our dental school. It's called Scholars Professional Leadership Development, I believe is what that stands for. So this is the one we're reading this semester, and basically we meet like 3 times a semester. They divide the book into thirds, so you're supposed to read like a certain amount of chapters for every time that we meet, and then our leaders have like a Google Doc, and we just go through and answer some thought questions and kind of talk about what we gained from the book and how it can apply to our lives as dentists. And then a guest that I'm having on the podcast is this Steve Anderson. So he sent me this huge, literally like textbook. It's a book that he's publishing that's coming out in June, I think. And it's really cool. It has like a bunch of floor plans for possible dental practices. So there's getting started. And then there's the money in your dreams, talking about the costs, lending, how big do I make my office, designing, so flow and design, architecture plans, materials and finishes, then thinking about how much it's all going to cost, how the timeline's going to look, business model, and then just a couple final case studies and examples at the end. So super cool, and like I said, it's about the essential guide to building the stress-free and profitable dental practice of your dreams. So I'm recording with him, I believe, in 2 weeks. So I'll definitely give this a skim before I talk to him. And then if you're interested in getting the book, I can put a link to it below, and also the podcast date that it's going to come out, I'll put on the screen here because I don't know it off the top of my head. But if you want to, make sure you listen. That is when this episode will be up. All right, it's 8:20. I'm about to log on and take my exam. We could start at any time between 8 and 9 a.m. and then you have an hour to take it. So I'm about to start my exam. Like I said, it's 20 questions in 60 minutes and it's open notes. So in an ideal world, I will do very well. The next clip you see will have a little update. All right, we got our scrubs on and I'm about to go to school to assist. I'm gonna leave in like 10 minutes. It's 10:05 right now. I try to leave 10:15, 10:20 for an 11 a.m. assist so that I'm there about 20-25 minutes early before the appointment starts to help get everything set up. So I'm assisting at 11 for sure, a D4 who is doing a maxillary stay plate, which as far as I know is just a removable denture of some sort, but I'll know a lot more and I can let you all know when I get back from that appointment. So that's 11 to 1:15, and then I'm assisting a 2 p.m. appointment after that, and that one I believe is just an initial exam. But because our school is under renovations, half of our clinic spaces are closed, so some students are scheduling patients for waitlist spots, assuming that other patients are going to no-show or cancel last minute, and then the person I'm assisting and their patient would get a chair if that happens, which usually it does. So I'm technically assisting a waitlist appointment, but sounds like pretty much everyone on the waitlist does get a chair day of. So most likely I'll also be assisting it too, but there's a chance I'll be back here around 2:33-ish if the appointment doesn't end up happening. But I brought my iPad and headphones and stuff so I can do a little bit of work in between if any appointment goes really quick or if I'm like waiting around or something. And then I'm also bringing some lunch, just some pasta that I made last night and a protein bar that I can heat up the food in the microwave over break if I do have a break. If not, at least run downstairs and eat the protein bar before the next assist. That's kind of my usual thing. And I think that's all the updates for now. Oh, the exam. You probably want to know how the exam went. The exam went well. I currently have a 17 out of 20 on it, but I think I'm either going to have an 18 or 19 out of 20 because for sure one, but possibly two of the questions were graded incorrectly. So we'll see. But either way, happy with that score. It's pretty good. And the rest of the week, I'm just going to be assisting and studying for my final for respiratory system on Friday. I'm probably going to end off this vlog either tonight or tomorrow. That way it's not too long. But also tonight, I'm so excited. Bachelorette starts. It's June 7th. So tonight, Katie's season of the Bachelorette starts. And I'm so excited to watch it. We might have some friends over or something, but I'm pumped. So gonna have a quick little snack before I leave and grab my umbrella from my car because it's supposed to pour later today for when I'm walking home from clinic.
It's sunny at most days. You'll never see the sky if you keep looking down. And if you take the wrong way, then maybe you should stay instead of turning around.
Alright, I'm back from assisting. I'm gonna get changed. You can tell I'm sweaty. I got rained on walking home, but I was prepared, like I said, because I brought my umbrella. As soon as I finished filming that like clip of the diag, which is kind of one of the things I walked through on my way back, it started pouring. So lucky I got that clip first, but I'm gonna change and then I can recap the assisting and let you all know what else I'll be up to this evening. Alright, so let's recap a little. My first appointment, like I said, was a maxillary stay plate delivery. So basically what that is, I had to like Google it too, just to be sure exactly what I was walking into. But essentially the patient that morning had all of their front teeth extracted and they were already missing all of the back teeth as well as all of their back lower teeth. They just have the ones in the lower front now. So the patient came in, it was a cool experience to get to see the sockets that just had the teeth pulled from them, and they already had formed the maxillary stay plate, which is essentially a full upper denture, but it's removable. It's just going to use the suction of the gums and the saliva to stay in place, and this is something that the patient's going to have typically for around 3 months, but in this patient's treatment plan, it's probably going to be closer to 6 months because they're looking at doing a little more complex things as well as getting implants done on the lower, and that's going to be kind of time consuming and part of the process of making the upper removable denture and the lower permanent denture end up fitting. So it's going to be a long process, but the patient was obviously in a lot of pain, so that was something that we were trying to be very supportive of the patient and very careful with everything we were doing. and sympathetic and everything, but the patient also, as soon as they were able to use the mirror and see their teeth, because this patient, keep in mind, did not have front teeth. So getting to see these like beautifully crafted teeth that look very natural, like brought a tear to the patient's eyes, and that made us feel really great. So it was a really cool case to get to kind of jump in on for one appointment and see that experience play through. But yeah, this maxillary stay plate is a temporary device, and that's going to stay in there until they can get the permanent made that's going to fit better. Right now, because the extractions were just done, the bone is going to heal, so eventually the temporary is not going to fit perfectly, but it's a good alternative and option to have so that the patient's able to actually chew and have some teeth show when they're out and about. And then the second appointment, like I said, was a waitlist schedule appointment, and they didn't end up getting a spot, but we could kind of tell that that was going to happen. So a few minutes after appointment started, like 2:10 or so, I started walking around and I found someone that did need an assistant. Another girl that I know from one of the clubs I'm in, she was just doing a basic cleaning, so I jumped in on the cleaning and got an assist there. So that was pretty simple, nothing too groundbreaking to recap or anything, but I was able to apply the fluoride varnish and floss, so that's always a good practice. And then I came back and now we're here. I'm definitely gonna go to Trader Joe's at some point today because I need groceries. I did not get HelloFresh this week. This is the first time since January that I haven't gotten it, just because none of the meals super appealed to me this week, and that's what's really great about it. You can skip and then you don't get charged for that week that you choose to skip, so I really like that. And I'm just gonna get a couple like basic things, a few more snack foods, and wine for tonight for Bachelorette. I don't know if I'm gonna do too much more school stuff. I'll probably try to read about a lecture or so in my study guide for my respiratory system final, but other than that, just gonna be kind of a chill night. Let me just pull up my calendar for the week for y'all to see what I'm up to, because I think it's a pretty fun week. So I mentioned that yesterday we had the barbecue for ASDA, which was fun. I did my 2 assists in the exam earlier, and we had technically a pharmacology class today and a behavioral science class that I just need to go and look at the online stuff, and Bachelorette's on tonight. And then tomorrow I have an 8 a.m. live Zoom, and then I'm assisting at 2, and then we'll probably do small group right after that for Christian Dental Association. And then on Wednesday I have a podcast recording, but really just get to study all day. And then on Thursday, farm again, and this event I'm really excited about. I think that's going to be in the next vlog. This Bluestone Dentist Desensitization Day is essentially an event that our Special Care Dentistry Association hosts at Bluestone, which is a location. They might be uncomfortable going to the dentist, so this event is just to do some oral hygiene instruction and just get them more exposed to dental settings. So people in white coats and gowns and goggles and face masks, make them feel more comfortable and just familiar with that. That way, ideally, when they do go to the real dentist, they'll feel more at ease. And like its title is Desensitization Day. So I'm excited to volunteer at that event on Thursday, and then just more studying Thursday night. And the exam I'll take at some point on Friday. We can take it any time during the day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then it's a 2-hour time slot for 65 questions, I think. So I was hoping we'd get like 2 minutes per question, but I don't think we're going to, which is unfortunate because I felt really rushed the last time we had that exam, but you get what you get, so I'll do my best. But I think I'm going to end off the video here, and then I will pick up another vlog tomorrow to talk about assisting and also share anything I can about that volunteering event and also how the exam goes on Friday. So as always, I really want to thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to share my channel with any of your friends that are pre-dental or in dental school. That way they can also kind of get a glimpse into what life is like, for me at least, in dental school. And I will see you all in my next video.